Good Monday evening and happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. 5 Oregon teenagers were sent to the hospital Saturday after a 2-car head-on collision on Highway 2 east of Leavenworth. The new Confluence Health East Wenatchee Clinic was forced to close not once but twice in the last week due to issues with the building. Snow is in the forecast tomorrow through Thursday, with rain and warmer temperatures expected this weekend. More coming up in weather. Chelan County PUD crews worked overtime this weekend to fix 4 power outages, all due to equipment malfunctions brought on by the freezing temperatures. The first outage affected 330 customers around Plain and River Road Saturday morning. The second and largest outage affected 1,049 customers in the South Shore and Manson area, also on Saturday. Then on Sunday, 2 more outages occurred that affected 90 customers in the Navarre Coulee area and 242 customers in the area of Merritt. All power has now been restored. However, the PUD says that cold load pickups, system overloads caused by power rushing to appliances left on when an outage is fixed, did prolong the restoration process. 5 Oregon teenagers were sent to the hospital Saturday after a 2-car head-on collision on Highway 2 east of Leavenworth. The Washington State Patrol says a 16-year-old driver lost control of his 2019 Volkswagen about 2:30 p.m. while heading eastbound near milepost 102. The car crossed the center line and struck a 2013 Jeep Wrangler driven by 39-year-old Kashmir man. Both vehicles came to rest, blocking the eastbound lane. The Kashmir driver was not injured, but the driver of the Volkswagen and his 4 passengers, all from Damascus, Oregon, and ranging in ages from 16 to 19, were taken to Confluence Health with serious injuries. The cause of the collision is being investigated. 2 cases of salmonella in Chelan and Douglas counties are linked to charcuterie meats, according to the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Washington State currently has 4 cases in a multi-state salmonella outbreak, which includes 1 case in Chelan County and 1 in Douglas County. All 4 cases in Washington reported consuming some form of charcuterie meat prior to illness, though none are related to the recalled Bucetto charcuterie sampler that was linked to the cases in other states. CDHD says the Washington State Department of Health officials are investigating additional charcuterie meat products. Contact your healthcare provider immediately if you exhibit salmonella symptoms, which include diarrhea, a fever higher than 102 degrees, so much vomiting that you cannot keep liquids down, and signs of dehydration. A camp trailer burst into flames this morning on Chapman Road in South Wenatchee, but it was quickly brought under control despite a lack of water to the area. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department was dispatched to the 100 block at 9:22 a.m. for an unoccupied trailer that was fully involved. With frigid temperatures and no nearby hydrant, firefighters had to rely on tanker trucks to douse the flames. On Friday night, 1 person was displaced by a house fire in the 500 block of Cascade Street. Fire Department spokeswoman Kay McKellar says that resident was not hurt and got shelter assistance from the Red Cross. The causes of both fires are under investigation. When we come back, the annual Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce Awards banquet is fast approaching and the nominees have been announced. North Central Washington's 2 members of Congress have asked for a halt to increases in the wage rate paid to agriculture workers under the H2A program. And former President Donald Trump already faces disqualification from the ballot in 2 states over his part in the 2021 siege at the Capitol, and now Washington may follow suit. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
The Confluence Health East Wenatchee Clinic was forced to close not once but twice in the last week due to issues with the building. Early this morning, a pipe burst from the freezing temperatures outside and forced the clinic to close temporarily. Water is back on and the clinic is now reopened, but some pipes are still frozen that will later require maintenance. This comes not even a week after the facility closed last Tuesday to investigate an odor. Thankfully, the maintenance team found nothing of concern, but the clinic did remain closed the rest of the day and reopened on Wednesday morning. The annual Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce Awards banquet is fast approaching and the nominees have been announced. The nominees for Business of the Year include Cascade Veterinary Clinics, Jones & Jones Betts Funeral Services, and Cordell Neer & Company PLLC. The nominees for Nonprofit of the Year are the Teams Learning Center, the Women's Resource Center, and the Community Foundation of North Central Washington. The winners of these awards will be announced at the banquet on March 14th at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Tickets are available on the Chamber's website. North Central Washington's two members of Congress have asked for a halt to increases in the wage rate paid to agriculture workers under the H2A program. The adverse effect wage rate is the minimum hourly wage that must be paid to visiting international workers who enter the country under H2A agricultural visas. In a letter to congressional leaders last week, Dan Newhouse, the 4th District Republican representative, and Kim Schreier, a Democrat with the 8th District, joined 70 other Congress members to ask that the rate be held to 2023 levels rather than increase as Congress considers program funding for the next year. The AEWR in many states is projected to hit between $17 and $19 this year, a roughly 5% increase since 2023. Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson filed a lawsuit today to block the merger of two grocery chains. Kroger and Albertsons, the two largest supermarket chains in Washington, announced their intent to merge in October. The merger would eliminate head-to-head competition between the companies, which have more than 700,000 employees in nearly 5,000 stores across 49 states. Ferguson is suing to block the Kroger-Albertsons merger nationwide, saying that the lack of competition will result in higher prices at grocery stores. Currently, more than half of all supermarkets in Washington are owned by Kroger or Albertsons, and they account for more than 50% of all supermarket sales in the state. Former President Donald Trump already faces disqualification from the ballot in 2 states over his part in the 2021 siege at the U.S. Capitol. Now Washington may follow suit. A complaint will be heard tomorrow morning in Kitsap County Court alleging that Trump should be barred from running for office in Washington under the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment. The challenge was filed Wednesday by 8 Kitsap County residents. Trump has already been bounced from the ballot in Colorado and Maine, but those removals are under appeal. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to make the final ruling in any such challenge.
Coming up next, Wenatchee Valley leaders were recognized by the city of Wenatchee at the Uplift Awards on Saturday. We'll tell you more in tonight's feature story. Snow is back in our forecast tomorrow night through Thursday. I'll let you know how much we can expect coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Wenatchee Valley leaders were recognized by the city of Wenatchee at the Uplift Awards on Saturday. The ceremony, which was held during the Wenatchee Valley Museum's Multicultural Fest, honors individuals and organizations who made significant contributions to social justice efforts in 2023. In tonight's feature story, 3 awards were given to the Indigenous Roots and Reparations Foundation, the Alethea Writing Center founder Nancy Greddy, and the North Central Washington Equity Alliance Board. The event is meant to correspond with Martin Luther King Jr. Day as awardees work to protect civil rights and advance diversity, equity, and inclusion. In their speeches, IRRF Chair Mary Big Bull Lewis, Greddy, and NCW Equity Alliance Executive Director Oscar Licone said their thanks and spoke about what is next for the organizations they serve.
This is really cool. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who nominated us and has supported us over the last 2 years. IRF has grown substantially, and this is just a dream that I had to bring our Indigenous culture here and be proud of who we are, because a lot of times haven't felt that there was space for that. So just because there isn't space doesn't mean that there shouldn't be. And we've accomplished so much with our board of directors. In 2023, one of our big goals was to hire an executive director, and I'm so proud to announce that we do have one now. Her name is Twala Abramson, and she is enrolled with the Spokane tribe and a descendant of the Colville tribe. And this was her first week, and she's been traveling to Wenatchee, and then we were in Nespelem on Thursday, so she's getting right into it. But I just wanted to say, Lamb, thank you for your continued support, and we're really excited for what this year brings with our growth and partnerships. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you to whoever nominated me and Alethea, and for the beautiful words that they said about the organization and the work that we do. I'm so proud of what we've been able to accomplish the last 14 years, and very, very excited about the future. Some of you know that we're looking to move to a larger facility so we can expand services to provide opportunities to more people who have special needs, and more veterans who are struggling with civilian life adjustment issues. And then also we have a new program called our Barn Buddies, which is a community inclusion and life skills program for young adults with special needs. And it's been such a pleasure to see the growth among the people who participate in the program. And I also wanted to say thank you to some of the people who are here today and who they represent also. And that's an incredible staff that makes it possible to do the work that we do, a board of directors that guides and directs us and provides support and encouragement, and parents of people who are in the program, and the participants themselves. We couldn't do anything that we do without them. So I'm very honored and proud of the work that we've done together, and excited to see what we're going to do in the future. So thank you all very much.
As mentioned, I am the first executive director on this organization. Really proud of the work that has been done. Thank you for a supportive board. This work started back in 2020, and we've gone on this journey, and so that's what we like to call this. We're on this journey together. We want to really create a community that can thrive, and everyone belongs and everyone is included. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate this partnership and all the partners we worked with, and all the great events that are coming up, and keep an eye out for that as well. So just thank you so much, and I'm really proud of the work. Thank you, board.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you stayed warm. We had some of the coldest temperatures that we have seen in a long, long time. We'll get to that in a second. It's pretty much summed up our day, a mix of clouds and sun out there. This is our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. There's the town of Pateros and Brewster about the middle of your screen. And yeah, some clouds up that way. Temperatures have moderated since over the weekend, but I'll tell you what, how cold was it? Well, here you go. We set 4 record overnight lows in a row, beginning on Friday, 7 below Friday, 10 below on Saturday, 4 below yesterday morning, and 2 below this morning. That broke all kinds of records, 2017 and 1971, also 1997. So that's how cold we were over this previous weekend. And I'll tell you what, now we've got another storm system headed our way. It's really going to affect us Tuesday night and into Wednesday. It should snow off and on throughout the day Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday. A good chance that we will see up to 4 inches of snow in the Wenatchee area. So remember, slick, snow-covered roads, and it's as slippery as I've ever seen it in the Wenatchee Valley right now. So you add a little snow on top of that and some warmer temperatures later on, it's going to stay awfully slick out there. And speaking of slick, yeah, we have Friday into Saturday, freezing precipitation. I talked about a slight warm-up as we get into the end of the week, and as we see our snow change over to rain showers, it could be freezing rain on Friday and right into our weekend on Saturday. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on. Today's high temperature, hooray, we made it to double digits today. 11 degrees unofficially, 33 is where we should be for this time of year, and 53 our record, and that was set in 1994. 2 below this morning. I mentioned that's a new record. 24 is our normal low temperature for this time of year, and there's the record we broke from 1997, 3 above zero. Sunrise this morning, 7:44, and it's set this afternoon at 4:37. Taking a look at tomorrow's temperatures, we're slowly moderating with our temperatures. Almost 20 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 18 the high in Quincy tomorrow, 17 in Wenatchee, 16s for Kashmir and Entiat, and 17 up to 18 in Omak as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Tonight we can expect snow and a cold as we get into the week, but this is what we're looking at. Here's our next storm system that will move in tomorrow night. This will be more probably later in the week, and then we've got another storm system that'll move in just in time for the weekend, but this is what we've got coming at us, and here's the edge of that first system. We're seeing that right now. That'll bring mostly cloudy skies, still high pressure over northwestern Montana. That is going to continue to move east and allow this system to move in, and here it comes on Tuesday. Cloudy conditions for most of our day, a 90% chance, not so much during the day, but look what happens as we get into our evening hours tomorrow night. We could see 1 to 3 inches of snow with high temperatures in the upper teens on Tuesday, maybe another 1 to 2 inches Wednesday morning. There's your morning commute Wednesday. Things will be a snowy one on Wednesday, even some heavier snow in the Cascades for Wednesday. High temperatures will continue to warm up into the mid-20s. And then by Thursday, notice the next storm. It's bringing in more of a southwesterly flow. That will continue our warm-up, but there's that 70% chance of evening snow showers. We'll see it right here in central Washington. Highs during the day on Thursday, though, not bad at about 30 degrees. And then for Friday, cloudy skies, an 80% chance. That's when we could see that freezing rain. We will warm up into the mid-30s, though the conditions are just right for some of that freezing rain. Be aware of that on Friday. Getting into the upcoming weekend, another storm system set to move in. A 70% chance. I think it will be all rain on Saturday with high temperatures mainly in those upper 30s. And then as we get you into the end of the weekend on Sunday, more of the wet stuff. Cloudy skies, that southwesterly flow bringing the warm air will continue. A 60% chance for rain off and on throughout the day on Sunday. The good news, Look at that high temperature, near 40 degrees. All right, let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 7 degrees overnight. Snow Tuesday night into Wednesday. We could see up to 5 inches of snow by the time we get to Thursday morning because we are warming up. But then we're going to see some more snow possibly Thursday night. And that should switch over to a rain-snow mix as we get into Friday, mainly because temperatures will warm up. 35 for Friday and then all rain for Saturday and Sunday. 38 on Saturday and 40 the high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Less than a week after losing its head football coach to Alabama, Washington found a replacement in the desert. The university announced Sunday that they'd hired Jedd Fisch away from Arizona to be the new head football coach. Fisch coached the Wildcats for 3 seasons, improving each year from 1-11 to 5-7 to a 10-3 campaign last year with a victory in the Alamo Bowl. In a statement Sunday, Fisch said, quote, "It is truly an honor to join the University of Washington and do my part in carrying on a tradition of a storied football program and world-class university. The unbelievable success of the Huskies the last 2 seasons demonstrates that UW is capable of, and I cannot wait to compete for a Big Ten and national championships with tremendous young men and an outstanding coaching staff that we will assemble," end quote. Seattle Kraken set a franchise record with their 9th straight win on Saturday after a 7-4 win over Columbus. The Kraken were in Pittsburgh today and were blanked by the Penguins 3-0. Joey Decord stopped 30 of 32 shots on goal. Seattle plays back-to-back days with a game tomorrow against the New York Rangers. That'll be at 4 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. Well, they called it the Super Wildcard Playoffs in the NFL over the weekend, and there were some upsets. Houston shut out the Browns in the second half, that is, won the AFC Wildcard game going away 45-14. Chiefs and Dolphins battled in minus 28-degree wind chills in Arrowhead Saturday. Kansas City came out on top 26-7. Green Bay built a 27-0 lead over Dallas and beat the Cowboys in their house 48-32. Jordan Love had a perfect passer rating while Aaron Jones scored 3 touchdowns rushing. Last night, Detroit won a playoff game for the first time since 1991 as they hung on to beat the Rams 24-23. Jared Goff outdueled Matthew Stafford in a meeting of the other team's former quarterbacks, completing 22 of 27 passing, 277 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Buffalo and Pittsburgh had to be moved to today because of a state emergency in upstate New York. It was looking good for the Bills early in that one. Philadelphia and Tampa Bay tonight on ESPN. Everett scored 6 straight goals in the second and third periods last night to win in Wenatchee 7-3 in WHL play. Wild got 2 goals from Graham Sword and went ahead in the second on a goal by Maddox McGochtry. The visiting Silvertips were not scared away, however, as Everett came storming back for the victory. Austin Drade had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Wood gets control of it, sends it ahead. Over the line on time is Isogai, right point, sends it back door. Sword with a wrist shot, bounces it in off the top of the bar, and he scores! A crossbar down, and Graham Sword has the Wenatchee Wild in front first. It's 1-0. The bench wall by Jamison. Looking at ahead, Courtney trying to beat the stick lift of Pankey. He does, he scores, we're tied. Looking for Miettinen. Wild have it with Wood, down to 8 seconds left in the period. Finds Isogai. Isogai looking for a one-timer in front. They score! It's Graham Sword again, and it's 2-1 Wenatchee with just 3.3 left in the period. Outthrown, comes back to it though, leaves it off for McHaggerty. Backhand chance, he scores! Maddox McHaggerty with the change-up to the top of the net and a 3-1 Wenatchee Wild lead. Dumps it off the near corner wall, wraps it through to Hemmerling. Backdoor pass, Raymond sends it on and scores a one-timer. Cuts a lead back to 1, a power play goal. With it up top is Berg. Head fake, sends it right point for Heslop. Through the circle, looking to drag it around. Save, rebound, score, tie game. In the head right wing, 2-on-2 entry for Everett. Secondary break, wrist shot. It's in the top of the net, and they score. The shot and the goal will go to Carter Bear. Cannot get it out of the zone. Heslop still working for it. Drop back right point for Zakuma. Sends it on, and they score. Miettinen right there. Our boards out over the blue line on the second try. Left wing Raymond leaves it off for Miettinen. Give and go, and a tip in. It's 6-3.
Wenatchee's back on home ice tomorrow night against Kamloops, the Town Toyota Center location. 6 o'clock game time. We'll get a preview tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with Dan Kuntz and Austin Drade. Well, backing up the truck a little bit for the Friday weekend sports in high school basketball, thanks to Les Schwab. West Valley got a record high 44 points from Landon Briley in a 67-48 victory. Sunnyside beat Wenatchee 66-36. Chelan got by Omak. Cashmere clobbered Cascade. Brewster beat Bridgeport. Lake Roosevelt rolled Oroville. Wilson Creek down Entiat by 10. Lexi Pilkington scored 20 points to lead Eastmont over West Valley Friday, that is, 58-48. Sunnyside down Wenatchee. Chelan edged Omak. Cashmere clocked Cascade. Lake Roosevelt beat up Oroville. Brewster bettered Bridgeport. Entiat edged Wilson Creek 35-27. Girls basketball on Saturday. Eastmont held on for a 40-38 win over Moses Lake behind 14 points apiece from Ashlyn McGinnis and Noelia Johnson. I had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And the second team foul against Eastmont. Inbounds pass to a wide open Shar, and she'll drain it. Cox cut off. Good defense by Eastmont. Bond outside to Cox for 3. It's no good. And then we got pushing and shoving underneath on the rebound. Johnson goes down. Reffett gets the ball. Johnson is hurt. And Reffett will get the bucket for a three-pointer from the top of the key. Rims, falls. Good for Shar. 7 points for Shar in the quarter. 10 of the ball game. It's a 2-point differential. Timeout, Moses Lake. With 6, with 5 down low for the shot. Too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Moses Lake. It'll be Eastmont basketball with 2.8 seconds left. So Steve Simonson has a word with the ladies. Inbounds pass comes in and squeezed, and that'll be it. Eastmont holds on for the 40-38 victory here tonight.
In other scores from Saturday, Ike beat Wenatchee, Royal quieted Quincy, Wapato edged Cashmere, Tenasket topped Chelan, Brewster beat Omak, Liberty spangled down Lake Roosevelt, and Okanagan rang Liberty Bell 75-14. On the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard Saturday, Eastmont had 4 players in double figures, including 15 each by Luke Gale and Andy Hobson in a win over Moses Lake. Again, I had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Eastmont on the perimeter, Luke Gale with it. They'll give it up outside to Llewellyn, collect it back against the zone defense. Whitehall, pass out top to Llewellyn. Weak side it'll come. Now down low to Ruffins. Ruffins on the baseline, turnaround shot, falls, good. Eastmont basketball, Hobson with it on the perimeter, had it poked, checked, and now Whitehall taps it to Llewellyn. And Moses Lake off kilter, and a left-handed layup is good by Whitehall. Llewellyn down in the corner for Whitehall. Lob pass outside for Ruffins for 3. Good. Nothing but net for Adrian Ruffins. High post to Gale. Outside to Schneider. Will run the offense. Now go right side to Hobson. He'll dribble inside the arc and then shoot it from way outside. 2-pointer is good. Luke Gale had finished with 15 here tonight. Luke, how important was that for you guys to bounce back from that tough road loss last night?
Yeah, you know, right before the game, our coach circled it on the whiteboard, and it was a big statement game for us because like you said, last night we didn't play our best basketball, kind of struggled putting the ball in the hoop, but we flipped that around tonight.
You think this might help you guys on this final push down the road here? You've been kind of a 500 team so far this year. You think this will kind of set you up for what you want to do?
Yep. Like Coach said, we were in the spot last year. We got to turn it around. We got Dave. We got a whole week coming up, and then we got Davis. Season starts right there. We got to beat everybody.
Eastmont improved to 3-3 in Big 9 play with a win. Other action Saturday, Eisenhower beat Wenatchee. Royal edged Quincy. Wapato upended Cashmere. Chelan topped Tenasket. Brewster beat Omak. Lake Roosevelt earned a win over Liberty Spangle. Liberty Bell topped Okanagan. That's a look at sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.